So here's our guy. Okay, when we came in here after the last play session, I offloaded a whole bunch of stuff. Got rid of a whole bunch of stuff. Did a whole bunch of crafting. Did some enchanting. So we've done some enchanting, some smithing, some alchemy, various things, and shed a lot of weight. So if you look at that, our carry weight is now down to 123, where we were maxed out before. So let's just quickly go over some of the gear. Now the stuff here at the top, obviously, I've got this to increase carry capacity. But the important stuff is the actual gear. The Weatherward Circle, this is one that I've been using since the beginning. We've talked about it several times. This is not an item of my creation. I believe that this one is coming from Legacy of the Dragonborn. This Necklace of Sure Grip. Two-handed attacks do 20% more damage. This is a magic item that I found, and also found this one fairly early on in his play history, and have pretty much been wearing it constantly since. All right. So the studded cuirass I have upgraded to epic level, and I put a enchantment on this that reduces the cost of power attacks. Now, I'm not a great enchanter, that's why we're only getting 6% less, but I figured it was better than nothing. It was something I could do. The Ranger Archer's gloves, I put two-handed attacks, 15% more damage on those, and this is what I was able to accomplish, the 15% bonus, just without taking any perks and enchanting, but using the biggest soul gem I could get my hands on and the best potion I could get my hands on. And then the boots were also basically working on the two-handed attacks with the boots. All right. Otherwise, everything else is about carry capacity. He is kind of a bare-bones fella. We don't have an enchantment on the hood yet, but there really isn't anything that I have obtained that could go on the hood yet that I think would be a significant benefit to him. Let's take a look at the weapons. His primary weapon here is the Silverton Steel two-handed sword. I have smithed this up to legendary. It does a whopping 211 points of damage currently with his levels and his gear included, right? And then I also enchanted this. It scorches the Undead for 27 points of damage. I like that. I like that one a lot. All right. The rest is really just Malgrim and a hunting knife. Malgrim is a relic. He's carrying that around in the off chance that he might find someone worthy of wielding the weapon. And then the iron hunting knife, obviously that's just so I can field dress animals and all that stuff out in the wilderness. All right. Now, does anyone have any questions about that?
Let's move on to perks.
So if we take a look at perks. All right, last time around we did some training. We are a mere 2 levels away from being able to get our level 60 in restoration and do some of this stuff, which is going to be great. Really looking forward to that. All right. So on the smithing side, off camera, I took the perk that we had coming and I invested it in Arcane Blacksmith. That allowed me to upgrade the armor and the weapons very significantly, and that's going to help us with survivability, which I like. I like me some survivability. Okay. Now, the other thing that I've done, woo, check it out. Bam! All the way to the top, Slayer of 1,000 Suns. So, in combat, two-handed weapons deal 5% more damage for each humanoid or animal you have slain in the previous battle, up to 40%. And that ought to benefit us quite a lot when you consider how much time Raiden spends doing tanky-type activities, being right up in the thick of it, despite the fact that he's wearing light armor. That, I think, is going to benefit us a lot, because very seldom do we find ourselves in a one-on-one battle. Most of the time, we're mobbed. So I think that's going to help us a lot in the long run. All right. What else we got here? That's about it. I mean, he is a fairly simple fella when it comes to investments. Now, I think that is going to change soon, because we are getting to the point where we aren't going to invest in restoration anymore. And I think one of the things that we're going to be doing in the very near future here is we'll be investing in blocking training, but we'll also be continuing to invest in smithing. We're at 72 right now, and I can see us coming over here into advanced workshop, possibly even smithing specialization. I'm not sure. For sure, I think we're gonna take advantage of advanced workshop at a minimum. All right. I could see possibly, in addition to that, some investments, additional investments in light armor to maybe just pick off some of these light armor perks that will help us a little bit when we're mobile. It's weird, right? Because we've got some perks inside of the two-handed tree that are working at cross purposes with these. Some perks in the two-handed tree really reward you with extra damage and bonuses for just standing in and swinging, whereas a lot of the stuff in the light armor side of things reward you for staying mobile. So I think we've got in this character, we've got a pretty diverse fighting style. So I think we would take advantage of any perks like that. I don't think we would take anything that would go to waste. Just have to choose carefully, that's all. All right, so Serana, she's hanging out. So basically what I did here is I stowed a bunch of books, I stowed a bunch of soul gems, stowed all the ingredients and potions, and then kind of cherry-picked exactly the potions I think that I need. If we take a look at this, you can see that I did... well, you can't see shit with that. I did invest some time in alchemy. I've learned a lot of different recipes. You can't see them because I don't have any ingredients in my inventory at the moment. And then I offloaded just kind of a lot of miscellaneous junk into these areas to lighten the load. And then spent an awful lot of time in this damn room just doing crafting. So I think my hope is, anyway, that as we proceed forward, continuing to play at legendary difficulty with Wildcat, we'll see a little bit less dying as we've been able to increase our damage output and also our defensive capabilities on the armor side. So I'm pretty excited about that. Looking forward to it. So, what is next? What is happening next? Well, that is an excellent question. I've got something of a plan.